Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Again, we're playing Historic today, kind of just trying out a bunch of different Historic decks, just to see what kind of decks are available. Today we're going to be playing a controlling red deck, so the aim of the game essentially is to control the board state with Anger of the Gods and Sweltering Suns, and then a bunch of spot removal with like Bonecrusher Giant, Chandra, Spit Flame, that kind of stuff. And then close the game out with a bunch of flyers. So we got 4 Phoenix and 4 Glory Bringers. We've also got the Bonecrusher Giants, which help close out games pretty quick as well. We're also trying out 1 Smoldering Egg. I think this card is probably good enough to just be a 4 of, because you can play it on turn 2, and then turn 3 you can Sweltering Suns or Anger of the Gods, wipe their board, and you've still got this threat that's that's lingering and is going to turn into a dragon later on in the game. So that is the deck. Other than that, we do have some sweet lands as well. So we've got Faceless Haven and Shatter Skull Smashing. So the deck overall is pretty sweet across the entire board. Unfortunately, pretty much every card in the deck is a rare or mythic, so this is not really a budget-friendly deck, at least as far as Arena is concerned. Perhaps on IRL it's not actually expensive to play, but yeah, pretty much everything is a rare or a mythic other than Frostbite, I think, and some of the lands. But yeah, that is the deck. Let's get into some games. So this hand is a little bit land heavy, but I think it's fine. We've got some early removal and the Glory Bringer, so we'll go ahead and keep this. I'm not sure if Spit Flame should even be in the deck, but I kind of just wanted to try it out. The other option for the 4 drops would be Thunderbreak Region, which is a 4-mana dragon, which would enable this as well. And then Thunderbreak Region would also survive Anger of the Gods and Sweltering Suns, but the Phoenix is good because it comes back, so it's only Anger of the Gods that's really bad with the Phoenix. So it looks like we're going to be playing against the Soul Sisters deck. Really wanting to flip this egg as quickly as possible if that's the case, because being able to ping things for 2 kills most of the things in the Soul Sisters deck, which is really good. And I don't know why, but I thought this was a 2-drop for some reason. So our opponent's played Bishop of Wings, which does survive, unfortunately, through Sweltering Suns, but it doesn't survive Spit Flame, so it looks like that's what we're going to be doing here. Yeah, we just can't afford to let our opponent gain too much life. We could wait until their turn, but I don't think it really changes anything. I guess the other option would be to cycle Sweltering Suns at the end of their turn, but I can't see a world where we're cycling this in this matchup, at least until they get a lot of creatures on board. So they're gonna go ahead and get rid of our egg, which is fine if that's all they're doing. I'm not too fussed. The sooner we can get up to things like Glory Bringer, the better for us. So we could raft the board here, but I think that's a little bit over the top. Neither of these we're too worried about just yet. And if they are, we can just kill them. We've got plenty of removal in hand. The Bonecrusher being the 4/3 in this matchup I find don't tend to be that helpful, just because their creatures tend to get quite big. But Bonecrusher is fine, but I'm more interested in the removal than anything. So we did have the option there to shock this, get the 2/2 and then block this, which does look like that might have been worth doing. But it looks like our opponent is just going to use Collected Company. So if that's the case, then we do need to be prepared to answer these instant speed 3 drops. I guess we could just Glory Bringer this turn and just hope that, because we can't just pass and do nothing, not really. Yeah, let's go ahead Glory Bringer here. They're going to Collect the Company in response. I don't know why they'd want to do that. They're going to Mana Tithe. I respect that. You've got to respect the Mana Tithe. So it wasn't Collected Company. Or maybe they did have that as well. Okay, so here we are going to Sweltering Suns or Anger. I guess Anger is probably better to do here. Yeah. So now we get a 2/2. Eventually resolve. Yeah, there we go. and we'll just pass the turn. We've got two cases of removal in our hand, and then hopefully we can start getting in with this Bone Crusher Giant, because our Glory Bringer was originally our clock, but obviously got countered. Ajani, which makes a 2/2, I think, when it comes. You gain life equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of planeswalkers you control. Create a 2/2 Ajani's Pridemade, and then 0 is if you have at least 15 life more than your starting total, so 35. Exile Ajani, add each artifact and each creature your opponent controls. Wow, okay. So that'll make a 2/2. And we're just going to go ahead. Oh, actually, do we want to do that? The other option is just to Frostbite the Ajani. So Ajani, Frostbite does 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So we could just one-shot the Ajani here. I think we're going to kill both regardless. But we're going to go with the Bone Crusher first, just because it's more mana efficient. And we draw another one. Yeah, let's go ahead, shoot this, and play a Bone Crusher Giant. And we'll swing in for 2. We do need to eventually kill them. Normally takes quite a while with the amount of life gain in their deck, but so we might as well get started. That one turn where we managed to resolve the Anchor of the Gods and get, I think it was like a 3 or a 4 for 1. I think that was probably the pivotal turn in this game. By no means is the game over though. If they draw like a Collector Company, they could easily put some creatures into play and get a pretty big board state pretty quickly. Okay, so they didn't get much, fortunately for us. So they're gonna destroy our exile our Bone Crusher Giant and take the 2, I expect. Yeah. I guess we could Sweltering Suns now if we want. Not really looking to do that, so I think we're just going to pass. So, oh, the Angel is fine. They're only going to gain 1 life from it. And again, these will all die to Sweltering Suns. We could do drawing a Glory Bringer or a Planeswalker at this point. Just something to get like, oh, there we go. Are any of these elementals? No, they're not. Sweet. So we can just do this in -3, which deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. Is this an elemental? Oh, it's an illusion. Oh, that would have been sweet. Or we can just Sweltering Suns. Let's attack for 2 and see what happens first. I assume they're just going to take 2. Oh, okay. I guess the other option is to charge a -1 on the Angel and then just leave them to have these for next turn. But if that's the case, then we might as well just minus, right? Because we're going to end up with more loyalty that way. Yeah. So we've got a little 3/3 blocker still as well, which is good. And we're just going to try and stack up as many of the emblems as possible. Glory Bringer is a fantastic draw. Is there any reason we... No, let's just do that. We'll Glory Bringer and just kill the Righteous, however you pronounce that. Yes, absolutely, we want to take that back. We'll exert this, and we might as well attack with the 3/3 as well. Sweet, it looks like we've just managed to get this game under control. Fairly confident now that we should be alright. Yeah, sweet. We had plenty of removal, particularly instant speed. On to the next one. This hand is a little bit too top heavy for my liking. Nothing up until turn 4 is probably pushing it. I guess you could keep and hope to draw some sort of interaction early game, but now if we don't draw a sweeper or a piece of spot removal, we probably just lose. Like, the format is quick enough that this is not enough. This hand looks way better. We'll keep this. We've got, what, 3 lands in hand, so I think we're just going to get rid of the 6 drop. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll lead off with a tapped land, because it looks like we are going to be playing that and not cycling it. Opponent leads off with Delver of Secrets. We'll just go ahead and play Smouldering Egg this turn. We'll start using the removal once we've got this on board, because we do want to flip this. And a lot of things in the blue-red deck do die to shock. So Delver of Secrets flipped or not flipped. Their Sprite Dragon, or whatever it's called, as long as it's only got 1 counter on it. I'm trying to think what else is even in the deck. Oh, Arc-like Phoenix, all of those die to the shock on this. Consider. This is probably one of the next decks that I will play. I do really like the Delver of Secrets blue-red deck with Arc-like Phoenix. I don't know if Delver should be in the deck. Why would we not block here? I can't think of any 3 damage spell that doesn't require snow lands. For 1 mana at least, yeah. So we'll go ahead, play a mountain, and I think we're just going to play another egg. This plays around Spell Pierce, which is the most likely thing they could have. Yeah, we'll just pass the turn. Our opponent's just going to opt. There's just not very many ways to easily enable Delver. I mean, obviously it's just a fine card because you play such a high amount of instants and sorceries, but it's no Brainstorm. There's no Brainstorm in this format. Not anymore, at least. Oh, they've tapped out. Okay, that's perfect. So out of the 3, I definitely want to kill the Dreadhorde Arcanist the most, because otherwise it's going to keep replacing itself. Surveil is obviously good, and becoming a 3/3 flyer is worrying, but nowhere near as bad as being able to draw a card every time. But I guess we could just Sweltering Suns to kill everything now. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That was a huge 3-for-1 there. We do just want to start drawing lands though. Expressive Iteration is good. They've got creature, instant, and now sorcery. Yeah, so they've got 3 out of the 4 for Delirium, and another Dreadhorde Arcanist. I guess we just deal 4 to it. Yeah. We can't really afford for these to stay around for too long. And these are going to flip after our next instant or sorcery, I think, isn't it? 7, yeah. So the next Bone Crusher, if we draw land, for example, we could then use 1 stomp, kill something, flip both, and then stomp something else, and then ping 2 things, or ping their face twice. Okay, I think they're just trying to get this out of shock range, maybe. Oh no, they've actually managed to kill one. Fair enough. Fortunately for us, we can answer that pretty easily. And then we'll just go shock to the face. There's no reason not to. So our opponent's down to 8, and we've got plenty of stuff to be doing. And their opponent's just going to concede. Sweet. 2 games for 2 so far. On to the next one. This hand is just about got enough lands. When I first looked at it, I saw only 2, and then I forgot about the Shatter Skull. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and keep this. We've got some removal, and we've got our wonderful Smouldering Egg. I've heard people call this thing in, was it thing in the egg or something, which I thought was pretty funny. We're just going to go ahead and shock this straight away, I think. Because then we've got a turn 2 play and a turn 3. I guess we might as well wait for their turn. They could be playing Snakeskin Veil, but fairly unlikely that they would use it on turn 2. Like, I assume they're just going to play a 2-drop. Burning Tree Emissary, that's pretty good. And what is their next 2-drop going to be? Robber of the Rich. I'm not sure which one we want to answer more. Probably the Robber of the Rich, actually. Like, this can be bigger, but them drawing cards from our deck is really worrying because like a lot of the cards that we play, they would be happily they'd happily draw, like Chandra, for example, or even just a shock to creatures, that kind of stuff. So we'll play the Snow-Covered Mountain again, and we'll play the Egg. This will just stem the bleeding a little bit from them. We can then just go removal spell into removal spell. Glad that they didn't have a Spellbreaker to curve into, that would have been quite painful. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm tempted just to play this tapped and then just Frostbite something. Oh, but it'll only be a shock, so we'll play this. We'll, at the end of their turn, or before damage, I guess, if they play a 3-drop with haste, we'll kill whatever's biggest, and then we can just go Chandra in to kill something else. Just a Pel Collector. Oh, that's annoying. I should have responded to this by killing this one. What do we want to do here? I don't really want to use a 4 damage spell on one of these, but I kind of want to keep this around because it's so much more mana efficient. Yeah, I don't think we can really afford to use a 4 damage spell against a deck that uses so many, like, as far as I'm aware, there's quite a few creatures with 4 toughness. Obviously there's the Questing Beast, but if they put a something like a Spellbreaker with a counter on, that kind of stuff. Yeah, we'll just, like, I fucked up by not killing this in response to this, but I mean, I'm not going to just kill the Burning Tree and just make a poor choice even worse. And here we're going to go ahead, play this. Unfortunately, we're going to have to pay the life. Or if they curve into a Glorybringer though, that's really shit. Like, really, really bad. So we can go Chandra minus kill the Pel Collector. But then the Burning Tree obviously kills Chandra. But if they play an untapped land into Glorybringer, then they kill the Chandra and get us for 6, and I don't think we can come back from that unless we draw, like, perfectly. Alternatively, we can just pass the turn, keep up Spit Flame, kill whatever's biggest, and then untap, play Chandra, or hope to draw a land and play Glorybringer. Try and stem the bleeding with the Glorybringer and the Spit Flame, and then get the Planeswalkers on board. The only time this is really bad is if they have a Glorybringer. But I'm just going to hope they don't have a Glorybringer. I guess even if they do have a Glorybringer and we draw a land, we can sorry, I keep saying Glorybringer, I mean Questing Beast, and that, yeah, there it is. Of course. So they're going to hit us for 6, and then Questing Beast will finish off the Chandra as well. And we don't draw what we needed. And again, this is where if I had kept the Frostbite, we would have been able to go Sweltering Suns and Frostbite to kill both here. But unfortunately, no, we're just going to have to use Spit Flame. If I choose to wait until they attack, they would then have exactly enough for Embercleave as well. So I'm just going to do this now. I guess we could do it at the start of combat before attackers are declared. Yeah, we'll have to do it then, because otherwise if they have another questing beast in the hand, they could just play that as well. So we'll wait till the start of combat. Oh, I guess I can just use it now then. No, I can't, because they could still questing beast after this. Oh, Bonecrusher Giant, sure. If that's the case, we'll just get rid of the questing beast now. Next turn we can Sweltering Suns. We are down to only 3. Fortunately, there is no Bolt in the format. Our opponent hasn't got any creature lands, which is very good for us as well. I think it's called like Lair of the Hydra or something. Yeah, Lair of the Hydra would be really bad. Oh my god. Down to 1. What does our opponent get? Frostbite. Okay, sure. Oh shit, fair enough. Well played to our opponent. There was definitely ways that we could have played that better. But I don't want to say that it was incorrect to do the 1 mana burn spell over the 3 mana burn spell, because I think both had pros and cons. But yeah, on to the next one. This hand is just 1 land too short. I can't really keep a 2-land hand with a 6 and a 5 drop. We're going to go ahead and mulligan that. This hand looks better. We'll keep this. Ooh, opponent's got the same sleeves as us, that's cool. And we need to get rid of something. I kind of want to get rid of the Rekindling Phoenix. And we'll play this tapped. I'd be very surprised if we ever would need to play that as a spell this turn. This game. Opponent leads off with a Llanowar Elves. We're just going to go ahead and shock that right now. Or stomp it, should I say. Do not want to be messing about with our opponent ramping up. Oh, okay. Temur? No idea what this deck is. It must be some sort of ramp deck. If that's the case, I think we want to just get on the board now. Because if they're going to go like 6 drops, 7 drops, that kind of stuff. And they don't play another land, which is very good for us. I kind of want to just play a 4/3 here. If our opponent's going to stumble on land, yeah. Judging by the fact that they're playing things like Explore, I wouldn't expect them to be playing too many creatures that we want to remove. Our opponent's just falling behind on that land drop, so we're just going to play Glorybringer and hit them for 8. And then next turn, we are threatening lethal with this Bonecrusher Giant. It sucks our opponent's struggling on land, but it happens. They must have had like a 3-land hand with Explore and a Llanowar Elves. Okay, just another Explore. Wow, they didn't even get anything. Okay. Well, we might as well boot this up. And then swing with all 3. And then if they have an answer to one of them, then we can still shock them. Okay, well that was quick. Sucks that our opponent stumbled, but the fact that we're like more of a controlling deck and we were able to kill someone so quickly just shows one of the reasons why I like this deck so much. Because with a lot of control decks, you'd be still, you know, playing a Planeswalker and getting slow incremental advantage. And I just don't want to be doing that if my opponent's stumbling on lands. This seems much better. Sweet, on to the next one. Okay, this hand looks pretty good. We've got a bunch of removal. We'll go ahead and keep this. We can always cycle one of these if we need something else to do. It would be nice if we had an egg or something. I'm undecided on if we're going to be playing this as a land or a spell, so I'd rather just keep this in my hand for now. Looks like we're against the Soul Sisters deck again. If that's the case, we probably just want to play this tapped then. No, we'll play a mountain. We'll keep our options open. I'm less concerned about our life total, I'm more concerned with their board state. So yeah. Oh, here we go. Giant's Pridemade. In response to this trigger, we are absolutely going to shock this. Do not want that to get out of hand. We'll just play a Haven here and pass. We've got the Spit Flame, or we can cycle one of these at the end of turn. I don't even know if we want to cycle them actually. Might just be worth keeping them. Our opponent's just going to play Heliod. Okay, if that's the case, maybe we do want to cycle these and just look for more lands. Yeah. Because the sooner we get this Glorybringer online, the better. Ah, sweet, another land. And we can just pass here, I guess. So if we want to develop the board, we play the egg, but that means we can't then do anything for the rest of this turn. But if our opponent just goes like Forest and keeps up Collected Company, then we've achieved absolutely nothing. I still think it's fine just to keep up the Spit Flame. Next time we've got a Glorybringer anyway. We could obviously wait an extra turn if we want to be able to bring it back, bring back our Spit Flame. Still gain the 1, and then they put a 1/1 counter on that. Sure. And another one, okay. Hopefully they're going to spread these counters out. If so, the Sweltering Suns could be really good. Oh, they're going to put on the same one, okay. Sure. Where are they putting the counter? On the same one again? Okay, if that's the case, we'll just kill it. This turns off Heliod, and now we can just Anger of the Gods if we want to sweep the board. Sorry, Sweltering Suns. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play the egg first. Obviously it'll take the damage, but it won't kill it. Oh, I didn't know that was classed as a dragon as an egg. Oh, that's pretty good. Unfortunately, we are going to have to decline it because I do want to sweep the board straight away, because this thing gets out of hand real quick. So we've now got the Smashing to kill 2 more threats if they play 2 more this turn. Or if they just play 1 thing, then we could just Glorybringer it. If we really wanted to beat up on this Soul Sisters deck, then we could play Rampaging Ferostodon, and that would that would really put a stop to all the life gain. So what, we've got 5 mana in total. So that would do 3. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. We can just play a Glorybringer. I guess we could exert it as well if we want, and then they can't block. Because if they get to 27 health, that's where things get concerning. So we basically just can't have them draw an Angel. Well, we'll play the Dragon. Unfortunately, we're going to have to turn down that. And we're going to attack. Yeah. Obviously, they should just block here, but they might not. And if they don't, then we get in a free hit. And the free hit would be very relevant here. The other option was to just exert. Then that way they couldn't block. And would get them down to 21. But then our Glorybringer is going to be tapped for a while, and I don't think that's what we want to be doing either. Yeah, Yeah, so this is where it's going to start to get out of hand. But we can exert Glorybringer and Shatterskull Summoning next turn. So we're going to need to draw a land, and then we'd have 4 there and 4 here. Yeah, we pretty desperately need to draw a land. Oh, are they going to put another counter on it? Oh dear. Okay, I think this is still good enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, just about. We're going to obviously do it before attacking because I guess it doesn't really make much difference. We could play this as a land and then play the 4/3. Or no, we're just going to pass the turn. So now the Shatterskull Smashing is going to be better when we can flip this egg as well. Obviously we'll have to take the 5 here. I'm not going to lose a dragon over 5 life. Or they're going to give it lifelink, which then means it's going to become a 6/6. Sorry, a 7/7. Another egg. It's not very helpful right now. Alright, well we'll play this and we'll play the Bonecrusher Giant. Oh, is that better? Yeah, the problem is that this is going to become a 9/9 next turn. That's tough. That might have been worth playing the Smashing just to get this back, actually. Possibly, because we really need an extra land. So if we play the Bonecrusher Giant, that's effectively going to block this, instead of one of the eggs having to block it. But the second egg is so far away from flipping, but if we can flip both, that'd be so strong. Yeah. So we'll play the Bonecrusher Giant, and next turn we're just going to have to try and kill this, if we can. This is getting to the point where it's really hard to kill this thing. What does that one do? If you gain life, gain an additional life. Okay. So that isn't you gain an additional life after, so like a second trigger for this is just you gain 2 instead of 1. Which is dramatically different. Okay, does Chandra help here? We can deal 4 with Chandra and with Glorybringer, but that's still only 8. No, I think what we're going to have to do is Shatterskull Smashing, potentially, to flip one of these. Yeah. So we can go Chandra plus make the mana to get this in as well. That'll flip this. we'd have one with damage with X, which means we could kill this off. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So now we have a second dragon. We can attack with this and exert this one. Deal the 4. And now we've only got one creature to deal with. Unfortunately, it's now a 10/10. And what's even worse is they keep gaining life every turn as well. We're really running out of ways that we can answer this thing. Yeah, they can give it lifelink. And then I guess they put the they're going to keep putting the candles on there, okay. Well, we better dig for something good. Bone Crusher Giant. We'll get rid of the 1/1 as well. And then we'll just play it as a blocker. Play a mountain, and we might as well swing in for 4. Obviously, if they draw removal, then we just die, but I don't think we can afford to just not attack with things, especially when they're on nearly 50 life. Maybe a Chandra's Emblem will help us end the game somehow, but things are not looking good with this priest in play. Even big Chandra here doesn't do much. I mean, like, we have enough blockers to survive for like 3 or 4 more turns. It's just that doesn't really achieve anything. Well, we're gonna have to cycle that. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage at the moment. Like, that's only half this thing. I guess we tick up and keep looking for something. We'll deal with the damage of that. So we've got enough to activate this and block. Do we have to exert to kill this Glorybringer? Sorry, exert the Glorybringer to kill this token, because obviously we can block the priest with the land, but I want to ultimate this Chandra as soon as possible. Obviously the other option is just to not attack with it, but if we don't attack, then they just build these up. We'll just keep swinging. We're going to have to string together quite a few burn spells to answer this thing, but with a Chandra's Emblem, it'd be like, what, 4 burn spells? 3 or 4? Johnny's Welcome, that's fine. They are 1 devotion off Heliod becoming a creature now though. So we do have to be wary of that. So yeah, it gets much more counters. We just can't we can't really race them when they're like this. So how much can we do? We've got Chandra's Emblem, which means we can cast both of these, which is 10 damage from here, an additional 4 from here, which puts us up to 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we still can't answer the priest. Wait, no. So 5, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's exactly enough to kill it. I mean, it resets everything, but... oh, we get an emblem, so... yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we'll... oh shit, we're 1 mana short. Oh no. Oh no. Let's cycle this. And there's the land. We'll play that. Looks like we're blocking with our dragon. So perhaps it would have been best not to exert the Glorybringer, and then we could have exerted the Glorybringer this turn. Oh god. Okay, well that's game regardless. Oh, definitely some things we could have done better there, but that was a fun game. I think that now puts us at 2-2, 3-2, something like that. I think we're gonna call it quits now because I don't know how long all these videos will be put together. So thanks for watching. I will bring the deck back up just so you guys can see it. But if you want to see any other decks, anything that attacks with creatures, generally is a deck that I like to play. Where is it? Big Red. Yeah, that is the deck. If you'd like to try it out or make any changes, those should probably be here. It's a good fun to play. You could also play Thunderbreak Regent instead of this, which would make Spitflame significantly stronger. There's probably some Dragonlands that you can play if that's the case, actually. Let's have a look. There's got to be a Dragonland. There's normally something. Where is it? Land. What does this one do? Oh, okay. That wouldn't do a lot. I was hoping there was going to be some awesome Dragonland, but apparently not. Anyway, that is the deck. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos, subscribe. I try to do a video every day at the moment, just whilst before I start my new job. So thanks for watching. Peace.